The jungle fell silent as the great beasts gathered to boast of their power. The lion roared, shaking the earth, and bragged of the lives he had taken with his mighty claws.
The tiger sneered, flashing stripes and razor-sharp teeth that had brought down hundreds. The elephant trampled the ground, proving how easily its massive weight could crush the living.
In turn, the crocodile and the wolf spoke of their swift, lethal strikes. Even the massive whale and the shark in the deep ocean boasted of the sheer scale of their destructive powers.
They all believed that size, strength, claw and terror were the ultimate rulers of life and death. Then, a tiny, fragile buzz broke through the heavy silence. A mosquito landed on a leaf in the center of the clearing.
The great beasts laughed. What could you possibly destroy? The lion scoffed. You are nothing but dust in the wind.
The mosquito replied quietly, you kill by the hundreds, perhaps even thousands, with all your strength, muscle and teeth. But because I am small, I am ignored. Because I am small, I slip past defenses. And because of that, I have taken more lives than all of you combined.
This is the exact truth found in Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
The topic of today's sermon is, the smallest beast. Our tongue. The text passage. Proverbs 18:21 talks about two things, death and life. Let's share a short story that addresses the first part. Death.
Felix's home was a cathedral built on a profound, unyielding foundation of silence. For Felix, language had never been a smooth road. As a lifelong stammerer, words were a treacherous, breaking bridge that he had to cross with immense pain.
Every syllable was a mountain. Every sentence was a battle where his jaw would lock, and his breath would catch in his throat, leaving him stranded in the middle of his own thoughts.
Because his tongue was heavy, Felix chose to speak through the quiet, flawless dialect of action. He was a man of magnificent, industrious devotion.
He spoke through faithful hands. Those hands repaired broken doors before anyone asked. They carried heavy bags so his wife would not have to.
They prepared Sunday meals that filled the house with warmth. They tucked blankets around sleeping children and wiped away tears without needing perfect sentences.
His greatest joy was his family, his wife, Jennifer, and their two children, 15-year-old Toby and 12-year-old Grace.
They were the center of his world, the reason he endured every embarrassment caused by his stammer. Whenever strangers laughed or finished his sentences for him, he reminded himself that home was waiting.
He loved his wife, Jennifer, with a steady, unshakable, and sacrificial fidelity. He poured his life into her happiness, treating her comfort as his ultimate priority.
But love, Felix would painfully learn, cannot anchor a human heart that is determined to drift into darkness.
Jennifer had grown cold. The predictable routine of her Christian marriage and the quiet nature of her home felt like a suffocating cage.
The breaking point arrived when she crossed paths with an upscale stranger. With him, she discovered a reckless, intoxicating passion, a powerful emotional and sexual bond that completely consumed her morality.
As her secret love for the stranger grew into a blinding obsession, an irrational, fierce hatred for Felix began to fester in her soul. His very presence, his quiet nature, and even his harmless smile irritated her.
Most of all, she despised his hesitant, stammering speech. Every time Felix struggled to form a word to ask about her day, Jennifer felt a burning desire to get rid of him.
Yet, divorce was a luxury she could not afford. their church community held marriage as sacred. Separation meant public shame, spiritual discipline, and the collapse of the respectable image she had spent years building.
Jennifer wanted him gone. She wanted her freedom, but she refused to lose her crown of righteousness. To destroy Felix without getting hurt, or anyone blaming her, Jennifer weaponized the one thing he could not easily use: words.
Jennifer began her campaign with surgical precision. She knew that to ruin a good man, you must first rewrite his character in the dark.
She began visiting church elders, relatives, and neighbors, always wearing a mask of polite, fragile grace.
With tears welling in her eyes, she whispered horrors. She claimed that Felix's quiet demeanor was a facade, that behind closed doors, he was a monster who subjected her to brutal, life-threatening physical abuse.
To seal his fate, she fabricated an elaborate story of open and repentant infidelity, painting herself as the long-suffering, faithful wife.
Felix, trapped behind his heavy tongue, never saw the storm coming. When he tried to speak, his words caught in his throat, making him look anxious and guilty to a public already poisoned by Jennifer's eloquence.
Slowly, the world turned black. His relatives stopped calling. Neighbors turned their heads when he walked down the street.
The most agonizing blow came from within his own walls. Every day Jennifer carefully fed Toby and Grace another portion of lies. She transformed bedtime stories into nightmares where their father became the villain.
Toby and Grace grew cold. They recoiled from their father's touch, looking at him only with fear and disgust. Jennifer did not stop until the demolition of Felix's life was absolute.
Backed by the outraged cries of the church community, she had Felix excommunicated. He was cast out of the spiritual flock he had served for decades.
Next came the legal trap. Armed with falsified journals and sympathetic witnesses she had manipulated, Jennifer had Felix arrested for domestic violence. The night the handcuffs clicked around his wrists, Felix looked back at his children. But they looked away. He tried to speak, to scream his innocence, but his jaw locked. Only a broken sound escaped his lips as streams of tears rolled down his cheeks.
He was thrown into a prison cell, convicted in the court of public opinion long before he ever saw a judge. For months, Felix sat in the damp cold of a concrete cell.
The loneliness was a massive physical weight, crushing down his chest. He had done absolutely nothing wrong, yet he lost his wife, his children, his reputation, and his freedom.
He looked at the ceiling and felt a dark temptation to end his life. The pain of being framed by the one person he loved most was worse than the prison bars.
Yet, deep within his fractured soul, a tiny ember of endurance remained. He chose to survive, if only to witness the truth. Jennifer achieved her perfect crime. She was finally free to pursue her immoral affair, wrapped in the protective sympathy of a community that pitied the poor, abused widow.
She used her tongue like the mosquito in the jungle. She did not use the loud, obvious violence of a lion or a tiger. Instead, she used tiny, quiet, appealing, but poisonous whispers.
She slipped past everyone's defenses with a polite smile, injecting a venom that quietly killed Felix's life, his family, and his future while leaving her hands looking perfectly clean.
This is where the first part of our story ends. But death does not have the final say. The second half of our text speaks of life.
Will Felix find vindication? Will the truth come to light? Will Jennifer reap the harvest of her polished lies?
Be sure to tune in next Sunday for the inspiring conclusion of this sermon to find out. Please, keep watching.
Jennifer represents the deceptive, quiet, and deadly power of the tongue. She never wielded a physical weapon, she used no raw strength, no sharp claws, and no menacing teeth.
Yet, she accomplished devastating damage through whispers, rumors, and carefully crafted words. With nothing more than her tongue, she orchestrated the silent destruction of her husband's image, reputation, and credibility.
She proved, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the most dangerous wounds are inflicted not by swords or bullets, but by words.
James 3:5-6 tells us, "Likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it makes great boasts. Consider what a great forest is set on fire by a small spark."
Jennifer appeared gracious, courteous, polite, and harmless on the outside, but her words ignited a fire that consumed Felix's entire life.
A lying tongue can destroy a marriage, shatter trust, ruin a reputation, break a family, divide lifelong friends, destroy careers, poison relationships, tear apart churches, and create enemies where there were once loved ones.
It can rob people of opportunities and purpose, wound hearts more deeply than a sword, leave scars that last for years, and alter the course of a person's destiny. Truly, the destructive power of a lying tongue often exceeds that of any physical weapon.
Proverbs 16:28 tells us, "A perverse person stirs up conflict, and a gossip separates close friends." Jennifer separated Felix from his own children and relatives. Felix represents those who are crushed under the weight of death spoken over their lives. His physical speech impediment highlights how vulnerable we are when others weaponize words against us.
Proverbs 18:14 tells us, "The human spirit can endure in sickness, but a crushed spirit, who can bear?"
Felix could have endured poverty, hunger, or even physical hardship. But the false accusations from the woman he loved shattered something far deeper.
The lies of his beloved wife crushed his spirit, driving him to the brink of despair and making him question whether life was still worth living.
Words do not merely break hearts. They can destroy reputations, shatter destinies, and even rob a person of the will to live.
Psalm 31:13 tells us, "For I hear many whispering, terror on every side. They conspire against me and plot to take my life."
The community, neighbors, and church leaders represent those who ate the fruit of the tongue without seeking truth. They allowed a charming presentation to blind them to justice.
The church failed because they listened only to the first story. Jennifer was eloquent. Felix was silent. Instead of seeking the truth, the community allowed smooth words and outward appearances to cloud their judgment.
They condemned a man without investigation and embraced a narrative without evidence. In doing so, they became accomplices to Jennifer's sin.
They drank her poison, spread her accusations, and helped amplify the destruction of an innocent man's reputation.
A lie gains power when people accept it without question, and injustice thrives when truth is ignored. The tragedy was not only Jennifer's deception, but also the willingness of others to believe, repeat, and endorse it without seeking the truth.
Exodus 23:1 tells us, "Do not spread false reports. Do not help a guilty person by being a malicious witness."
The second half of Proverbs 18:21 states that we will eat the fruit of our words. Jennifer thinks she has won, but Scripture guarantees a harvest for every word planted.
Luke 12:3 tells us, "What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight, and what you have whispered in the ear in the inner rooms will be proclaimed from the roofs."
No matter how perfectly a lie is crafted or how convincing it may appear, time and God's justice will always unearth the truth.
Felix's endurance through imprisonment mirrors the suffering of Joseph, who was falsely accused by a woman and cast into prison despite his innocence.
Yet God vindicated Joseph in due season, elevating him from a prison cell to a position of honor.
In the same way, Felix's story reminds us that false accusations may delay a person's destiny, but they cannot destroy it when God is the defender.
Truth may be buried for a season, but it can never remain hidden forever. God's justice may not come immediately, but it always arrives at the appointed time. Like the mosquito, our tongue is one of the smallest parts of our body, yet it holds the greatest potential for destruction.
Have we become spiritual mosquitoes in our homes, businesses, or churches? Are we quietly spreading unverified rumors that slowly poison and kill another person's reputation? Do we entertain gossip just because the person sharing it seems polite, godly and innocent?
Remember, a careless rumor, a sharp criticism, or a bitter lie can slip past a person's defenses and slowly destroy their spirit, their reputation, or their relationships.
We often guard ourselves against major, obvious sins, but we ignore the small blade in our mouths. Our words.
We do not need the size of an elephant, the claws of a tiger, or the teeth of a lion to cause devastation.
A single tiny word can inflict unbearable pain, shatter a heart, destroy a reputation, and leave wounds far deeper than any physical weapon.
The tongue may be small, but its power to heal or to harm is immeasurable.
If you are like Felix, falsely accused, misunderstood, and unable to defend yourself, take comfort in the promise of Exodus 14:14, which tells us, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still."
When lies seem louder than the truth and injustice appears to prevail, remember that God sees what others cannot. He is the defender of the innocent, the vindicator of the righteous, and in His perfect time, He will bring the truth to light.
Finally, beloved, let us be mindful of our tongues today. We must never underestimate its power just because it is small.
May the good Lord help us all to use our tongues, not as hidden venom that destroys, but as healing medicine that brings hope, encouragement, comfort, and life to everyone who hears us.
May our words lift the brokenhearted, strengthen the weary, restore the fallen, and reflect the grace and love of God in every conversation. Amen.
This video was inspired by a sermon delivered by Brother Solomon Amana on the 21st of June, 2026. We gratefully acknowledge his message as the foundation and inspiration for the thoughts shared in this presentation. Thank you for watching this video to the end. We appreciate your time and support. If this message has touched you, please subscribe to our channel, like, leave your comments, hit that notification bell, and share to inspire others. Tune in next Sunday for episode 2 of this inspiring and life-transforming sermon series. Invite your family and friends to join you. Until then, remain blessed.